Hi, Principals Leadership 2 students. Welcome back. I hope you had a great break. We are on week 17. I know you're like, 17? What is that about? Well, as you know, the semester actually finished last semester at week 16. And so Branson has decided instead of starting all over again, we are doing the weeks of the school year. So we actually begin at week 17. For this week, our topic is team building, and it's a communication activity. So let's go ahead and take a look at this real quick. The learning concepts and goals. The concepts are teamwork and group dynamics, communication skills, setting and achieving a goal. And the goals of this are that participants can and will learn to work as a team using specific resources and instructions, clarifying challenges that can arise even with an obvious group goal in mind, and strengthen communication and teamwork skills. This activity is designed to encourage discussions of communication, teamwork, and the importance of each person's role. This activity reinforces the processes of working as a team as much as the outcome of the group's efforts. Teams are divided into groups of 3 who work together in 2 phases. First, each team designs and creates a structure with marshmallows and toothpicks, unaware that they are building it for another team to duplicate. Then the teams must work together to replicate the design another team has made. Relying on assigned roles for each group member, it is in the second phase that the most significant learning takes place. Activity directions. I'm going to give you some raw materials, marshmallows and toothpicks, which you will use to put together a structure. Your structure can be 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional, and as unique as you wish. You may use no more than 20 marshmallows and 20 toothpicks for your design. Use the toothpicks whole. Do not bend or break them. While building, you will keep your design out of the view of the other teams. You will have 5 minutes to build your structure. Be creative and have fun. So, your task for this week, you are actually going to do this activity for the realsies. Yeah, I made up that word. You can either capture the image by digital photograph or do a drawing of it. Once you are done, you are going to email one another and then answer the following questions on the next slide and share your answers with one another. Please CC me on the emails that you send back and forth to your teammates. For example, in this class, it's you, Brittany, with you, Katie. So you guys are going to switch these back and forth so that way you can duplicate what each one of you has created. Now, there's a twist to this activity because one thing you can't see what the other person is building, so that takes out that element of this. But there is another element that we can't do, once again because of our setting, but I'm still going to be able to get across the true message of this activity. So here's what you need to do. In the real activity, there are assigned roles, like I explained earlier. There are 3 assigned roles, obviously, because there's 3 members of a team. One of the team members is an explainer, the second one is a messenger, and the last one is a builder. Now, the way that this really works is that there's a person who is going to be explaining the directions to the builder of what to do. The messenger is actually the person who is going to be going and looking at the other structure, coming back and telling the explainer, and then the explainer tells the builder. So it's kind of like telephone. So the way I have set this up for you, you are just the messengers of the structure, not explainers. You're basically just giving the image to one another. Now, the advantage for you is that you can look at the visual of it over and over again, but you may not ask any questions or ask for an explanation. That is not going to happen in this project. But I want you to keep those 3 roles in mind, and I want you to answer the next 2 questions. Number 1, do you think the role of explainer is important or not in this task? Or is being the messenger enough? Why? Why do you think so? Number 2, was there any form of communication missing from this activity? You've worked with me before in the past, and last year we learned a great deal about communication. Is there any form of communication that might be missing from this activity? If so, let me know what it is, share with one another, and discuss this a bit. If you have any questions or you need any help, as always, I'm here for you. Thanks. I hope you enjoy this activity. Have a great week.